time. I can't fucking believe it. 2025, everybody. I'm telling you. You guys, believe me, we've been watching Kippo here for a good 2 years, alright? We get chuckles, but he got laughs this time. Give him a round of applause, everybody. That's no bullshit right there. Granted, those weren't jokes. That was real life shit. But still, that's laughs or laughs, everybody. And I'm just glad. Also, Kippo, again, next time you do your set, buddy, stand in the fucking light. We want to be able to see you, okay? It's like you're dark enough. We don't want you up here. We want to see you back here. So just a heads up for next time. All right, your next comedian. Some of you are here to see him. This guy, I met him last November when he came to the show, and became quick friends with him. He's been a comic for a long time and had a long time off, and he's returning to the stage and is just an awesome supporter here at Vinnies Bar and Grill. So please give him a warm round of applause. This is Darryl McCollum, everybody. Let him hear it.
You know, Dave wants people standing back here in the light, but really, I probably should be up here. It's better for you guys, you know. Public service announcement. Who out here identifies as male? Raise your hand. Let me hear you if you identify as male. Public service announcement. The bathroom for us is closed, so we have to use the blue door here. It's the all-gender bathroom, and I used it, and guess what? I don't feel funky or anything, so you guys are welcome to go in there. All right, so I have performed here at Vinnies before. A couple of weeks ago, I got to do an open mic, which was nice, but 42 years ago, when this place was called Hobie's, and the stage was back over there, I did stand-up comedy here. Concord has changed a lot in 42 years. Back then, Debbie was doing Dallas at the porno theater across the way. There was a titty bar over on Glendo and Pacheco. Todos Santos Park was drug paraphernalia central. And now Concord calls itself Concord, where families come first. So, there's a genesis story to this. Now, I use the word genesis because most of you here probably know that I am also not only doing stand-up comedy, but I'm a pastor. And the church that I pastor actually purchased the porno theater back in the mid-'80s to close it down. But what they didn't know was they had an ironclad lease. So for like a year and a half, the church is collecting money from smut films. You can't make this stuff up. I was in Tennessee with the Navy, and I'm reading the Wall Street Journal, and they're mentioning my church. And they're saying, the only church in America that owns a porno theater. Right here in Concord. How cool is that, right? 42 years ago, though, I was doing impersonations of, like, Ronald Reagan, for crying out loud, right? And contrary to the popular belief that Donald Trump is the first entertainer that became president, that's not true. Some of you are old enough to remember that Ronald Reagan was an actor. If you're old enough to remember that, let me hear you. Not only was he an actor, he was president of the Actors Union before he became governor. So I kind of thought, what would Reagan sound like? Well, as president of the Actors Union, I never had a war. But as president of the United States, I'm doing my darndest. I can see this coming with Trump too, right? Did anyone watch the inauguration today? No? Yeah. I have to admit, I watched the inauguration just out of curiosity, and I was really surprised at the diversity that was there. There were people of color, mostly the Democratic people that couldn't get out of going.
That's true.
And there were conservatives, there were ultra-conservatives, there were white nationalists, white supremacists, and Elon Musk, who's his own category. I don't know what he is, right? But think about this. The inauguration gave the white supremacists something to celebrate today on Martin Luther King Day.
I know.
How surreal is that? Everybody else in government took the damn day off. Why couldn't they have taken the inauguration off and let us celebrate MLK, right?
Right.
Surreal stuff. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, I've been performing for a long time. This is my retirement gig. There are a lot of people with retirement gigs. You've seen them. Hey, welcome to Walmart. Here's your card. Right? The guy at Costco checking your receipt. Okay, you're good to go. Get out. And then the real retirement gig people are the guys that are at like the big box stores. Like Home Depot and Lowe's. And here's a life hack for you. If you ever go to one of these stores, find the old guys. Because they're retired plumbers and electricians and contractors that can't do the work anymore. So they are there to give you free advice. Well, here you go. For this project, you're going to need count them, two 2x4s. Go find yourself some clean 2x4s. You don't want naughty 2x4s. And I'm not talking Santa Claus naughty or your girlfriend naughty. No. We're talking you don't want knots in your 2x4s. Come back up here, you find yourself a sharp skill saw blade. Sharp. You gotta have a sharp skill saw blade because you'll cut your fingers off. You don't have a sharp skill saw blade. And once you get the sharp skill saw blade, find yourself some goggles, safety goggles, people protectors. You know what I'm saying? They're in the next aisle over, about eye level. Wait, the level. You got a level? You need a level. That way you can mark your wood with the level, right? You never know when the missus is going to have you hang a picture or something right on your honeydew list, right? You get that. You bring up the lumber. You get the sharp skill saw blade. You get the level. You get yourself some people protectors. And you go over aisle 17. That's electrical. You find Phil. Phil will hook you up, right? You see these guys at the stores, right? There's no big deal. I mean, the retirement gigs are all over the place, right? Even Trump started his retirement gig today. His the second retirement gig for Trump, right? But there is one retirement gig that is like the pinnacle, the apex, the most important. It's the golf course marshal.
Oh, God.
If you golf, you've seen these guys. They're out there on their own cart. They got a little orange flag. They get to collect all the golf balls and tell people like me, hey, you're behind the case. Get a move on, right? And the best part is they get to know the golf cart girl, the one with the beers and the boots, right? There are perks to this. And if this doesn't work out for me, you're going to find me up at Boundary Oaks as a golf course marshal. Yeah, I'm telling you. There's actually a couple comedians I know that voted for Trump. I couldn't believe it. And I asked them, why did you vote for Trump? And they're like, because we're lazy. What do you mean you're lazy? We want a ghostwriter, right? Every time he goes on social media, there's a bit. There's something there funny, right? So for 4 years, they get free material. I get that. Now, comedians think a little differently than everybody else. Here's an example. My son, Bray, came down from Washington for the holidays. And our discussion turned to my weight. Okay, I'm not the lightest guy on the planet. And he says, Dad, how heavy are you? And I said, I'm 235. He said, that's pretty heavy. I said, yeah, but son, muscle is 25% heavier than fat, and I have very muscular legs. Without a beat, the kid comes back and says, of course you do, Dad. They get lots of exercise carrying around that fat ass. I couldn't even be mad. I mean, the burn was so good and the timing was perfect. I couldn't be mad at that, right? I think he's getting back at me, though. Because when he was born in 1994, pre-smartphone, I was trying to figure out what are we going to name my son. Well, my daughter's name is Ashley, so there's an A. Their mom is named Clarita, there's a C, and I'm Darryl, there's a D. So we had to have a B, right? A, B, C, D. So I'm trying to think of a name, and I know that Bray is the name of a town in Scotland. So I thought he's got some Scottish background, we're going to call him Bray. So I call the smartest person in the world that I know, my brother. Because in the heat of the moment, when my wife's yelling curse words at me, go figure, right? She's saying, okay, all right, let me get this straight. It's B, I want to know the name, how to spell it without the way that a donkey sounds, right? My brother didn't hear the word not, so he says B-R-A-Y. And I tell my son, okay, B-R-A-Y. So the birth certificate, 10 years, no problem. Then he gets started picked on in school. And he says, Dad, how come you named me Brad? And I could have told him the whole story and blamed his uncle, but it was easier just to say, because when you came out, that's the noise your mother made.
Oh!
Thank you very much. Don't forget to tip your bartender. They are working very hard. That's a big back up there.